Apple is reportedly sticking with China for production of its upcoming iPhone 18 lineup, which will mark the 20th anniversary of the iconic device and feature an extraordinarily complex design that demands advanced engineering and manufacturing expertise as the tech giant gears up for a bold new era of smartphone innovation next year. Despite ongoing efforts to shift iPhone production to other countries like India in response to rising tariffs and political pressure, it appears that China's unmatched infrastructure, skilled labor force, and proven track record in handling intricate product designs are simply irreplaceable, especially for a device of this magnitude. And while manufacturing in India may help Apple save costs in the long run, the reality is that India's production facilities are still relatively new and lack the years of experience needed to manage the complexity that the 20th anniversary iPhone design will bring, as reported by Mark Gurman in his latest Power On newsletter, which revealed that Apple has no choice but to rely on China's seasoned manufacturing capabilities to deliver the kind of craftsmanship the new iPhones will demand. According to the report, Apple plans to introduce two premium models next year, one being the highly anticipated iPhone Fold, and the other a bold new iPhone Pro model that will make greater use of glass, and both devices will involve cutting-edge engineering and new production techniques that have never been deployed at Apple scale, making it nearly impossible for any region other than China to handle the launch effectively, especially when factoring the millions of units Apple needs to produce ahead of release. This strategic decision underscores just how important precision, reliability, and technical expertise are in Apple's supply chain. And while India is progressing in its role as a secondary iPhone production hub, its factories are still not ready to take on the level of complexity required for these futuristic designs. And even though Apple has diversified its manufacturing footprint in response to global economic uncertainties and the threat of new tariffs under a potential Trump administration, when it comes to launching milestone products like the iPhone 18, the company clearly isn't willing to compromise on quality or risk delays. Historically, Apple has celebrated major milestones with dramatic changes. The iPhone X in 2017, for example, introduced Face ID, an edge-to-edge OLED display, and a significant price jump on its 10th anniversary. And the iPhone 18 is truly getting a revolutionary redesign. It's reasonable to expect that Apple will again raise the price to reflect the cost of innovation, especially when considering the added expenses of producing entirely new parts and deploying advanced manufacturing processes. These next-generation iPhones, particularly the foldable variant and the glass-dominant Pro model, are likely to be among the most expensive devices Apple has ever made. And while consumers might balk at the price tags, the trade-off could be worth it if Apple delivers a product that set a new industry standard in design, performance, and usability. However, the price increase is not only driven by innovation, but also by logistical costs tied to complexity of the devices. And Apple must find ways to offset these expenses while still maintaining its premium brand image and profit margins, although Apple's gained some tariff relief for now. The threat of increased import taxes looms in the background, and the tech giant must prepare for various geopolitical and economic scenarios, which is why it continues to explore production expansion in places like India, Vietnam, and even the United States. But for now, China remains a backbone of its most critical product line. The report adds that Apple's decision to rely on China is temporary and based on necessity, not preference, suggesting that once India and other regions build up the capability to handle more complex manufacturing tasks, Apple could revisit its production strategy. Yet for the iPhone 18's groundbreaking design, which involves a fusion of new materials, techniques, and hardware innovation, China's expertise is essential. This also raises a question of whether Apple will increase the price of the current iPhone 16 lineup ahead of schedule or wait until the iPhone 17 arrives to start adjusting pricing tiers. But if history is any indication, the company tends to reserve significant price hikes for landmark models that introduce major redesigns or transformative features, and the iPhone 18 sounds like it fits that description perfectly. As Apple enters its third decade of iPhone innovation, it is once again proving that premium products require premium processes, and that means keeping the most complex and high-stakes projects in the hands of those who have consistently delivered, the skilled engineers and manufacturers in China who have produced billions of iPhones with astonishing precision over the years. For Apple fans, this means the next iPhone won't just be another annual refresh. It could be the start of a new design era, combining bold aesthetics with futuristic functionality. And even though production won't shift fully to India just yet, this strategic pause highlights how critical quality control and manufacturing excellence are when redefining what the iPhone can be in its 20th year. So as we wait for more leaks, renders, and official announcements, make sure to stay subscribed to TechVerse, your trusted source for Apple updates, mobile innovations, and all the big changes coming to the smartphone world. Because the future of the iPhone is not just in design, but in the hands that build it.